Legs do not touch the floor of the tram. Could you please seat them towards center of the row, away from the outside gates? That's just for their own safety. Thank you for doing that. With the gates, when they close, when they open, always keep hands, arms, and feet inside of the tram and clear of the gate area. So this studio tour is 59 years old. It originated on July 15, 1964. How about that? Our studio is 108 years old. Universal Studios, founded, incorporated 1912 by Mr. Carl Laemmle, who you see up on the screen. Now, motion picture production started out on the East Coast, New Jersey, New York, and then the filmmakers slowly made their way west. Carl Laemmle was in Chicago for a spell and eventually came out here to Southern California. Our studio's been out here in Southern California since about 1914. How about that? Again, my name is Mike, I'm your guide. Please say hello to our driver, Ricky. Say, hey Ricky. Ricky's saying hey back. Say, I want to mention, if you're in the row on either end by the gates, do not put your phone in your outside pockets. With the movement on the tour, the phone could slip out. Thank you for doing that. All right, we got thumbs up. Turn to the left, gonna wave goodbye. So long, folks. We'll see you later. We're out of here. Are you ready? Yes, our journey begins. Well, here to help us get started, my co-host for the tour and the host of the Tonight Show, and that's my jam on NBC, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there, you made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure to get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide,
Mike,
and the greatest driver.
Ricky,
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Mike,
owed me $5. I know you guys are excited to go on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
well, thank you, Jimmy. Okay, folks, here are the safety rules. First, if you need any guest assistance during the tour, or have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or you have any sound or video issues, reach up, grab the red emergency cord, runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Our studio is private property. If at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, for a couple examples, hold the red cord, remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements. Please hold on to your belongings. Please hold on to the 3D glasses. We will experience fire effects, water effects. Have your cameras out for great photos, but keep an eye on the cameras so they do not get wet. And for your safety and the safety of those sitting around you while on board, please do not use the selfie sticks. That's it for the safety rules. All right, here we go. Headed to the studio via Universal's movie timeline. Coming up around the corner on your right, Fire Station 51, named in honor of the popular NBC show Emergency, which aired in the 1970s. We always salute the firefighters. We so appreciate what they do on a daily basis. Now here on the right, we also have posters on the movie timeline. These posters reflect just a few of the thousands of movies that we've entertained you with over the years. First stop, first area we go through, front lot, where we have the majority of our 36 sound stages where we film indoors. On the left, you'll see Soundstage 12, Getting a Makeover. On your screens, some of the productions that filmed in 12. Our Emmy Award-winning NBC show, The Voice, filmed in Stage 12 through 2019. Oh, but now The Voice films on the back lot, stages 30 and 31. I'll point those stages out when we get to the back lot. You know, with the sound stages, well, We always keep them empty, like you see up on the screen. Then, when the production moves in, we build whatever sets are needed for that particular project. That's pre-production, when you're getting everything ready. Production, you do the filming. Post-production, put the movie or TV show together. On the left, we're parallel to a row of sound stages. We are just going by, at this point, stages 11, 10, and 9. The last two sound stages in the row on the left, stages 8 and 7. Now, those two stages, 8 and 7, along with stage 14, which you're also going to see on the left after we make our turn, currently used for the Peacock streaming series Bel Air. Built in stage 8, you have the set for the entrance to the Bel Air mansion, the foyer set. Built in stage 14, you have the set for the Bel Air Academy gym. Bel Air stars Jabari Banks as Will and Ali Shulaton as Carlton. Here those two actors tell you about their experiences working right here on the Universal lot.
Can you just grab me a little bit? So what it is, you put egg on the cheese. You put cheese on the eggs, on the cheese. It's right. Whoa, how many seasons do you think are in there? It's gotta be a lot. Yeah. We can probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew. Oh, we gotta get one of these for the mansion. And for sure, you're lucky for y'all. The 37 mansion lives right here on the Universal lot. Right. Some of Bel Air's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments? There's so many to choose from. You know, I love the boy yourself, the world first enters and have that moment in his life changes like Academy Gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit back there when I was about to sit. And that was great. I still can't feel my toes. Yeah, but seriously, my favorite part of this line is the time all together. Hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Well, yes. Yo, Transmo's the best. And let us leave this last for us to play with. Actually, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we better go talk to Transmo now and let these people get back to their tour. Yeah, that sounds good. As long as I get to drive. Oh, not if I've got the keys. Oh, come on, man.
So the first two seasons of Bel Air, currently streaming on Peacock. If you look to the right again, you see this open area with all the vehicles. It's right next to Soundstage 19. That's a great location for a production base camp where you would put all the production vehicles. Trucks hold lighting equipment, sound equipment, props. Trailers could be dressing rooms, wardrobe trailers, makeup trailers. Now, we are going by these production bungalows on the left. Inside, some of Hollywood's top writers, directors, producers come up with ideas. Dwayne Johnson, 7 Bucks Productions Company, in the area on the left. Also on the left, bungalow 5195, left side, 5195. Many years ago, that bungalow used by the great director Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense. He directed classic movies like Psycho. Now the last two sound stages on the front lot, also located on the left. They're in the back of this complex. In the back on the left, stage 25, used by the NBC comedy Lopez vs. Lopez, starring George Lopez. Built in the back on the right, we have stage 26. Okay, we leave the front lot. Now we bring you to the back lot. Look up ahead on the left, the Metropolitan sets. These buildings are facades, the front and side of the building, nothing inside or on the back. You're looking down the west end of New York Street. New York Street is where the just completed season 15 of American Ninja Warrior did some filming, setting up all the obstacles for the contestants. Now the finals took place in Las Vegas. We'll go a little deeper into Metro, but first, look up on your screens.
Thou shalt rise again.
This is the creation of our monster mural by artist Tristan Eaton, honoring the great horror characters of Universal. I'm going to point out where the mural is. Up ahead on your right, up ahead on your right side is a building. On the left side of the building, there's a lot of color. So when we turn to go into Metro, look behind you on the right. As we turn, look behind you on the right. At the side of the building, you see all the color. There's the monster mural. You also see some of it up on the screen. Keep looking on the right as we enter the metro set. I'm going to have you look between the buildings. So if you look between these buildings, all the way back, you see a top of a tree. That area's Courthouse Square, made famous in Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Directly to our right, we're entering London Square. We call it London Square because these buildings could easily be a parliamentary structure for a scene in a movie or a TV show. On the other side of the London Square buildings, that's all part of New York Street. It's a long street, and whenever we're by New York Street, I always think of our buddy, Jimmy Fallon, hosts the Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon from New York City. How about I bring Jimmy back? He'll tell us what it's like to live and work in New York.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? Okay. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. Yeah, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. Now, if you look to the right, there's an open area. If you look to the left, when we went down the Boneyard area, you saw that big open area. These are great locations for base camps also, especially if you're going to be filming in the Metro set area. Now, we're talking about New York Street, American Ninja Warrior, the NBC show film there. There's a popular K-pop group, Blackpink. A member of that group, Jisoo. Jisoo filmed her Flower music video on our New York Street in the metropolitan set area. Over the years, a lot of great directors have worked in our metro area, from Alfred Hitchcock to Steven Spielberg, Elizabeth Banks to Jordan Peele. You know another director we love, Academy Award winner, Mr. Peter Jackson.
It's the original thing that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up to the edge. And Cole literally does that. I mean, you're on the ship, you're sailing on a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Please have your glasses ready. Please hold on to all of your personal belongings. Please remain seated at all times. Peter Jackson's version of King Kong stars Naomi Watts, Adrian Brody, and Jack Black. Peter Jackson's version of King Kong won Academy Awards for the sound and the special effects. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Start out New York, hear about the mysterious island, get on the boat, they sail to Skull Island, and when you get to that island, you are taken to an entirely different world. Welcome to Skull Island. 360 3D. Did you know this epic battle was projected on some of the world's largest digital 3D screens, standing over 40 feet tall, 180 feet long, and it utilizes some of the most advanced technology in filmmaking today. The film designed by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta FX. If you have not yet taken off the protective glasses, please take them off now. Put them in a safe spot. We may need them later. Thank you so much for doing that. Well, we try to use every available inch on the studio lot for projects. Here's a great example. Over on the left, the city, the metro center. Over on the right, the very remote location, Skull Island. Did you notice the bridge on the right? It has a lot of foliage around it. That foliage gives the bridge a very remote look. Did you notice the train engine on the bridge? That's a piece of studio tour history, the runaway train. Introduced to our tour in 1976. You know, trains are a great form of transportation, and they've been featured in many productions. Our tram also featured in productions. Take a look. In a moment on the screen, you're going to see the original tram car, the Glamour Tram. There it is. That's how our studio tour began 59 years ago. One vehicle, the Glamour Tram. Whenever you use a vehicle on screen, that vehicle is called a picture car. Okay, folks, get your cameras out. Coming up here on the left-hand side, we are going to show you some of our famous picture cars. Welcome to Universal's Picture Cars Row. You're going to see a beautiful yellow 1932 Ford Deuce Coupe seen in our film American Graffiti. CBS's original Magnum PI with Tom Selleck. You got the red Ferrari there. Several vehicles take you back to the future. All the way back to the Stone Age we go. We have vehicles from our movie The Flintstones. All of the wizards will recognize the flying Ford Anglia from Warner Brothers' Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Fry's Electronics van shows up in Jordan Peele's movie, Nope, starring Academy Award winner Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer. Later in the tour, we're going to drive through the set of Jupiter's Claim, the set used in the movie Nope. If you are fans of Paramount Pictures Transformers films, we got you covered. Look at the great Transformers picture cars. Oh, by the way, Bumblebee has flown to another location on the backlot. We're going to see beautiful yellow Bumblebee a little later on the tour. But right now, please follow all of the safety guidelines as we approach the jungle islands of Costa Rica.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Many of the vehicles and set pieces you'll see coming up around us used in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park films, like the mobile lab from The Lost World Jurassic Park. You see the mobile lab up on the screen, how it was used in the film. That mobile lab coming up on the left side also. Okay, don't worry. It's very peaceful here right now. We have nothing to worry about. So, just sit back, just relax, just enjoy the what in the what? Surprise! This year, 30th anniversary of when the Jurassic Park film was in theaters. Milestone in movie history. Well, from the Jungle Islands, we're going to make a sharp turn and take you to Old Mexico. Now this turn is sharp. Please remain seated, secure your belongings, secure the protective glasses. Thank you so much for doing that. Now when we turn, notice on both sides of the tram car how the terrain opens up. It becomes a desert region. We have cacti lining the road on both sides of the tram car. I officially welcome all of you to Old Mexico. the most peaceful, quiet location of them all on the back lot. Not uncommon for us to stop the tram just for a few moments to enjoy the beautiful ambiance of Old Mexico. So the sun is out, everything's just on fire. I hear thunder. I see light. Okay, about the thunder and the lightning. This location also prone to thunderstorms. They blow up out of nowhere and they get very severe. Oh, look at that, rain falling. That thunderstorm's rolling on in. Well, you know, as I watch the rain come down, looking to me as if the rain getting much heavier. Not a good sign, folks. Oh boy, that was a very big thunder boomer. See, now I hear kind of a rumbling sound, very dim. Anyone else hear it? Sounds like it's getting closer. What is that sound? Flash flood, left side, flash flood. Take cover. Lord God. Now the result of thousands of gallons of recycled water being released from tanks way up on top of the hill. We're getting swept out of this section of Old Mexico, and the tour is approximately at the halfway mark. How about that? Just going to remind everyone, please remain seated during the entire tour. Our studio is private property. If at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. But do remain seated, and I thank you so much for doing that. Now, when we make the next turn over on your right side, right next to our Old Mexico area, we're going to be in the Wild West. It's an area we call 6 Points. Today, students from the New York Film Academy have been working on their student film projects in our 6 Points area. So it's going to be around the corner on the left side. Now you're going to see some of the great Western props that have been used in the Western area. Wagons, wagon wheels, barrels, crates, a prop, anything on the set that an actor would touch or hold. So you see the students have a hot set, fully dressed, ready for filming. Our NBC show Quantum Leap has used 6 Points. When they film here, they put dirt all over the cement. That really takes you back to the days of the Wild West. As we ride out of 6 Points, straight ahead, Park Lake. Now on the other side of Park Lake, there's sound stages 30, 31, 32, 33. As we turn, look to the left, and you'll see those stages on the other side of the lake. The Voice goes live from stages 30 and 31. Season 24 of The Voice set to premiere this Monday night, September 25th, with these great coaches: John Legend, Niall Hornham, Gwen Stefani, and joining the coaching team, the legendary Reba McEntire. Oh, it's going to be a very exciting season of The Voice. Well, you know, for us, it's getting exciting right now because we're headed to one of the most historic locations on the backlot, Little Europe. Little Europe became the afterlife for the NBC comedy The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. Welcome to Little Europe. Did you know what makes this area historic? It's where we created the monster movies way back during the silent days of movie making. This year, the 100th anniversary of the classic silent horror film, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, starring Lon Chaney. We recreated 15th century Paris right here in Little Europe for The Hunchback of Notre Dame. A couple years later, 1925, Lon Chaney starred in another classic silent horror film, The Phantom of the Opera. Well, with the advent of sound in the making of movies, we did Dracula with Bela Lugosi. When we were filming Dracula with Bela Lugosi during the day, at night, using the same sets, we did a Spanish language version of Dracula.
I am Dracula. Boy, Dracula.
And we are now celebrating the Hispanic and Latino Heritage Month. The Spanish Dracula stars Carlos Vilarias and the legendary Lupita Tovar. There they are up on the screen. Our Little Europe has been here a long time, since about 1914, since the studio's been out here in Southern California. Okay, look to the left, next to Little Europe. We have a modern day house. Practical set, built so you film indoors, outdoors. The house, it's only been here about 12 years. We call the house the Denver Street House. And that's because we're on Denver Street, one of the oldest sections on the back lot. Back in the silent days of movie making, classic silent movie westerns starring Tom Mix, Hoot Gibson, Ken Maynard, filmed in our western sets areas, here on Denver Street and in Six Points. With the sound era, we've done classic westerns like Destiny Rides Again, Winchester 73, both of those movies starring the great Academy Award-winning actor, Mr. Jimmy Stewart. Now here are some of the great westerns that have filmed here on Denver Street.
Maybe you're just gonna stir things up here. That I am.
How dare you hit that man?
Well, they're certainly doing an awful lot of fighting here on Denver Street. You know, we didn't check in 6 Points to see if they're doing any fighting. I'm going to check. Let's check.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. The nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I heard this where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on me, fella. Now get.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, that's all.
Well, I guess they were doing a little bit of fighting in 6 Points also. Do you notice up on the screen with the dirt on the pavement, how it really does take you way back to the days of the Wild Wild West. Wonderful. Now, you noticed as we made our way through the back lot here, we have sound stages that I've pointed out, but basically there are two types of structures on the back lot. Look up on your screens. So we went by the bungalows too. So two types of structures on the back lot, on the Universal back lot. You have facades, practical sets. Facade is a French word meaning false front. And see, this is in 6 Points. That's just a facade, front and kind of some of the side of the structure, but nothing inside or on the back. All of these examples are done in 6 Points. See, there's the back of the facade. And they can only be used for exterior, outdoor scenes. Other sets are practical and can be used for exterior, outdoors, and interior, indoor scenes. And then you're going to see the interior of a practical set coming up. Here it is. That's the saloon that's in 6 Points. Now, usually with these practical sets, you build the indoor sets inside a little larger than normal size. So the indoor rooms can accommodate all the actors, the crew members, and the equipment that are brought in when you are filming inside the practical sets. Now, this clip doesn't have an example of a third type of structure that has been used on the back lot. It's called a shell, which would be the four walls and the roof of the structure, but there's really nothing inside of it. It's like an empty shell. When we go by Norman Bates's Psycho House from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller Psycho, that's an example of a shell. So when you're working with structures like the facades and the shells, you know there's nothing inside the building or the home. So if you need to have your scene take place inside the structure, then you build the indoor sets inside sound stages on the front lot. And that's where you would film the indoor scenes. So you could edit a scene together where you have your character walking up to the front door of a facade, for example. They open the door, the director yells, "Cut!" And then you move over to the front lot and you're inside the structure. And you film your scene in there, and then you edit it together in post-production, the two scenes you film, so it's a smooth transition. Character walks up to the door, opens the door, goes inside the structure. Now there's a very famous story about going from one location to another. MGM's The Wizard of Oz. Remember, Dorothy's pulled up in the tornado, the house comes down, lands in Munchkin Land. So the whole part of the first section of the film filmed in black and white, the beautiful sepia tone. But when she gets to Oz, it's color, color, color. So the house lands, if you've ever seen it, or watch it again when you're watching it again. She goes, the house has landed, Dorothy goes to the door to open it up. Now the actress, that's not Judy Garland going to the door, that was her stand-in. Because Judy Garland had to wear a different outfit because she was going to be in the color section of the film as she went into Oz. So Judy Garland's stand-in as Dorothy opens the door, you see her step back, and then you see it open up to the color of Oz, and then Judy Garland walks through. Amazing stuff that can be done with film, and very simply also. Well, since they've been doing so much fighting in the West, we're going to head out east. Hopefully a little more peaceful there. We're going to go to Amity Island, small New England town, terrorized by that shark in one of Universal's biggest hits ever, Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Remember to stay seated. Over on the right, oh, we caught a shark. That makes a wonderful photograph. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see another shark in the water. Did you catch that? They just told the diver to get out of the water. There he is. There he is. Officer George, get out of the water. Shark going under. Look out, look out. Too late. Poor Officer George. Okay, we're clearing the area. We're going to stay on the upper dock. This is safer for us. Oh, look at that lower dock smoking. The other lower dock moving. The gas hose has come loose. There could be a fire. Oh boy. Wow. When we filmed Jaws, we used 3 different mechanical sharks. Each weighed about 2,000 pounds. We had the left side of the shark, the right side of the shark, and then a whole shark on the first day of filming. one of the mechanical sharks sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. We did retrieve it from the area we were filming at. The movie got made. It became a blockbuster hit, nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture of the Year. As we loop around the lake, take a look at the sets. You also may recognize the area as Cabot Cove, Maine. From the late great Angela Lansbury's CBS show, Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote had a very successful 12-year run on television. As we say farewell to Cabot Cove and Amity Island, let's swing by an average suburban neighborhood. On the left, down below, a neighborhood that sits on Elm Street. The houses are practical sets, built so you film indoors, outdoors. We have another great example of a practical set on the right, also a house. On your screens, some of the productions that filmed at the house on the right. You know, this house, very popular for filming. You film at the house, and then you go across the street to another average suburban neighborhood, Colonial Street. Now, they've been working on Colonial Street, that's why we can't go up there. But get this, the group Smash Mouth filmed their all-star music video on our Colonial Street. And we're about 15 minutes from the end of the tour, and they'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to call the emergency cord if you need assistance and remain seated at all times. Now, we are currently on Wilderness Road, very remote location. This road gets us closer to Jupiter's Claim, the set used in the movie Nope. Nope's rated R, but if you haven't seen it yet, here's a G-rated trailer.
What's up, Studio Tour? I'm Kiki Palmer from Jordan Peele's film, Nope. What's a bad miracle? Well, you'll have to see our movie to answer that one. Until then, I hope you enjoy your visit to Jupiter's Claim.
Did you see in your phone that cloud? Yeah.
I've never seen nothing like this.
Now, we're not quite to Jupiter's Claim just yet. We have 2 or 3 other things to show you first. Look on the right, there's Bumblebee. Bumblebee's watching over this group of picture cars. Some of the other cars from the Fast and the Furious film franchise. Universal Pictures Fast X is streaming now on Peacock. So, you know, in a way, Bumblebee's become part of Dominic Toretto's crew, part of the family. Family very important in the Fast and the Furious films. They take good care of each other. The Bates family takes care of each other in this area. On the right, 2 of the most iconic sets ever created, the Bates Motel and Norman Bates' house, from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Now, the story goes Marion Crane steals $40,000 from her boss. She's on the run from the law. She pulls into the Bates Motel. We're going to go by Norman's house, coming up at the top of the hill on the left side. Now, this whole area up here also being used for the Halloween Horror Nights event. So it looks a little different. There is an event tonight. All right, we're going to go by Norman's house. I'm going to play some of the great film score by Bernard Herrmann as we go by the house. Remember, that house is a shell. So when they went inside, the sets were built inside sound stages on the front line. Well, I'm very glad that our driver Ripley got us around the corner from Norman's house to show us one of the most impressive sets ever created, the spectacular crash site set from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
We first began to sit down to talk about the War of the World. I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood?
because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep releasing me. Listen, man. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Come close. Bobby, get in. Get in.
That airplane weighs 375,000 pounds. It was a decommissioned Boeing 747 aircraft. That means it was not going to fly anymore. It was purchased for approximately $60,000 from an airport in Mojave, California. Flatbed trucks transported the plane to our backlot here. The area on the left where the airplane is, and also this is an area they're using for the Halloween Horror Nights event. This area on the left is called New Falls Lake. Well, whenever you have something new, you gotta have the original. Falls Lake's over here on the right. This is also where the Jupiter's Claim set is located. When Nope filmed, they filmed north of us in the Santa Clarita Valley area of California. When they finished filming, they dismantled the Jupiter's Claim set and they transported it to our backlot here at Falls Lake and then reassembled it for the studio tour. The young lady, Ruth DeYoung, the production designer for Nope, so this will be her work you're going to see. And we're just thrilled to have partnered up with the gentleman who wrote and directed the movie Nope, Academy Award winner, Mr. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, the nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jr. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Oh, it's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, old frontier town lies a Caesar Salad. It is smack dab in the center of the beautiful house. What's a bad thing? Welcome to the world of no.
Well, I think we'll take that advice and get out. So far we've taken it all over Universal, showing where we make movies. Now let's put you in a movie. To your right, Fast and Furious Supercharged. We are going to film 3 scenes. All of you have been cast as undercover witnesses and you're being chased by a bad guy, Owen Shaw. Please remain seated, secure your belongings. No flash photography or cell phone lights out. So, for the first 2 scenes, you do not need to wear the glasses. I'll let you know when to put them on. Oh, look on the left, Roman Pierce's Mona Lisa vehicle. Okay, places please. Right on the set. Rolling. Action.
My name is Roman Pierce. Buddy Miles access to snatch you. Shaw for a while. So I brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you and keep you safe from your job. We don't want this thing to get tracking us, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone will get us back.
That means you want to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next
Roman Pierce. Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Neil,
That's right, party's over.
you know how long that took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. I got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss. You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
Okay, we're gonna move.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Please put on your protective glasses. Please put on your protective glasses. Cue the background. Action.
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Come to the left.
I got the bull by the horn!
Now we're moving.
I've got company! Witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away! Find the claws!
Way to go, Letty.
Don't run another missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this.
Robert, don't shoot! Head on the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on!
Keep your distance. Fire it down.
Pat and Prim was that Fast and Furious tonight. Give it up for Superchild.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys look good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Oh, thank you, Dominic, and your performance as the witness, outstanding. For over 100 years, Universal Studios has been thrilling audiences around the globe, making them laugh and cry and sit on the edge of their seats. We are nearing the end of our journey. I thank each and every one of you for taking the world famous studio tour. To our pass holders, thank you for being with us. If you are not a pass holder, head up to the Universal box office or any of the upgrade kiosks. See how you can turn today's ticket into an annual pass. Come back again and again. Make sure you've downloaded the Universal Studios Hollywood app, where you can confirm day operations close at 6 p.m. You can Check on the wait times to all the live shows and attractions, and get details for visiting Super Nintendo World. Well, if you have an interest in any of the movies and TV shows I mentioned on the tour, visit the website www.uphe.com, or today, ask at any of the retail stores. On behalf of myself, Mike, your guide, our driver Ricky, all of us here at NBC Universal, hope you've enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood experience. Please give our driver Ricky a big round of applause. She did a great job. Thank you, Ricky. Gather your belongings. Please watch your arms and legs, fingers, toes as the gates open. Watch your step. Please drop the 3D glasses in the bins. Thank you for doing that. And enjoy the rest of the great day here at Universal Studios Hollywood.